Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we're going to talk about a more recent Jean-Claude Van Damme effort. It's still 7 years old now, wow, but it's from 2015. It is Pound of Flesh, starring Van Damme, of course. It's directed by Ernie Barbarash. It also stars John Ralston, Charlotte Peters, Darren Shalavi, and Aki Aliong. And this movie takes place in the Philippines, and I like the Philippine setting here. This movie still has some of the stuff you expect from Van Damme, you know, the fight scenes and some shootouts and some car chases. So it has all the things you've come to expect from it. But this has a lot of interesting character conflicts. And it asks a lot of questions of how far are you willing to go to achieve your goal here. And this is brought up real well because here he plays Deacon Lyle, and he's an operative, and he does different kidnap and rescue missions, and he, he's a professional in a lot of ways. Now, he goes to the Philippines he's going to, turns out, donate one of his kidneys to his niece, and his brother's there, with his daughter, and she desperately needs a kidney transplant to live. So he's a capable donor. It's a perfect match. So he's going to go there to do that. So he goes to the Philippines to take care of that, and next thing you know, he wakes up in a bathtub of ice, and his kidney's gone. And so, talk about poor timing. So his brother comes, and he's like, oh my God, something always happens with you. So he calls some of his friends, and they need to start looking for the kidney because they left, he woke up in the bathtub, and they left some pain pills and 50 grand in cash to act like it was a legit transaction. And his best friend, played by Aki Aliong, he's like, just let this go. It's just not worth it. But then he explains him the situation, why he needs to find it. He's like, okay, I'll call my contacts around and see if we can find this. And his brother agrees to help him. And his brother's a man of faith and really doesn't like, he doesn't want to do the killing and beating people up and all that stuff. But Deacon Lyle is determined to do that. And his brother George, is on the opposite end of the spectrum as far as the character goes. And they don't get along, and that's explained later in the plot why they don't get along very well. And so that's another interesting character conflict. But they go along to find this kidney so he can rescue his niece. And so that's what happens here, but it gets more complicated as it goes along. Like, how far are you going to go? They keep finding out more things, like how deep this goes, and it becomes a question of morals, even for Deacon, who does kill people. It becomes a question, how far is too far, and what they find out, about this kidney and all that stuff, to rescue his daughter. It asks you the question, how far will you go, and all that stuff. And it subverts your expectations, which is kind of a dirty word in more recent years because people expect a certain thing, it subverts it, and it's usually bad. But this is a good thing because while it still has the action, like I said, it asks questions of, the moral questions, and it also it subverts your expectations with some of the twists that come along. You're like, I didn't really see that coming, or what are they going to do? And that's where it subverts, but it pays off and it works. So that's a really good thing. So that's why I think this is a very underrated Van Damme film, and you should check it out. Now, obviously with Van Damme's, the later year releases, the production values aren't as good. Here, they're pretty solid. There's a few shots where you can see this movie isn't the most expensive movie ever made, but that's okay. The story and the characters make up for it. So, and I really liked the direction by Ernie Barbarash. So, if you're a fan of Van Damme and the more recent efforts, this is probably one of his strongest, efforts, the more recent releases from him. So, I really recommend it, and I watched it the other night, and I still enjoy it because of how the expectations are subverted, but then there's a great payoff. So it answers a lot of questions and stuff. It's pretty good, and Van Damme's performance here is really good, and all the acting is very good. So really solid action movie in the more recent years. So Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Also, if you like Van Damme or older Van Damme movies, action movies that fell under the radar, give Video Mania 2 a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And take care till next time.